Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Ivy Law Office's weekly Q&A, where we give you as much information as we can about our law practice. My name is Wilberforce Ajikum, and this is
Attorney Jumoke Oladapo, also from Ivy Law. Welcome.
welcome. So today, we're just going to touch up briefly on some special topics in estate planning. Specifically for Maryland and Jumoke, that's one of her specialty areas. She is licensed for estate planning work in Maryland, and she's one of the better ones. So we're just going to touch on a few topics, and she'll give us a quick explanation of what they are. And obviously, if you need more detailed information on any of these topics, you will get information on how to reach out to Jumoke after we're done, and you can contact us for additional help, okay, which is uniquely for your situation. So, okay, first let's start with living trust. Can you tell us a little bit about living trust?
All right. So as an additional introduction, I'll say that estate planning has a broad range of services that can be offered. And a lot of people don't know. People know a few, but not a lot. And we're going to touch on some of them today. So one is having a living trust, the different types of living trust. There's some grantor's trust, there's a revocable living trust, irrevocable living trust, and a whole lot. But these living trust is basically an agreement document, and you make an agreement between you, who is the grantor, giving to you a beneficiary of something, or to someone else as the beneficiary. And while you're alive, you could be the trustee, or someone else can be the trustee. So it's an arrangement that can be made in such a way that you're able to protect your assets from going through probate, for example, if it's a revocable living trust. And there are a whole lot of other living trusts that achieve different purposes. So you want to be speaking with your attorney regarding your specific need, so that you will know what type of trust to create for you.
Excellent. Okay, moving right along. What about kids protection plan? What goes into that type of estate plan?
So kids protection plan, I'll say it's a registered name from the new business model, and it's specific to personal family lawyers. We create them, you can find them in general estate planning practices. And basically it's a plan where you're able to name your guardians, nominate guardians for your children. A lot of people know about nominating long-term guardians, which happens in wills, but will is effective upon death. But they don't understand that their young children or minor children need to have what I'll call temporary guardians or short-term guardians in case of emergencies or incapacities. Who will take care of your children short term? If you have minor children, you need to name both short-term and long-term guardians for your children, just in case you need it while you're still alive, but you're not able to, so that CPS will not be in custody of your children while they look for someone eligible to be a guardian. So it's something you want to speak to our office about specifically, or any other personal family lawyer, to be able to set that up for you. In the United States, about 69% of the population have not named legal guardians for their children. This is important, and you need to get it done. We have a kids protection plan page linked to our website, and you can visit www.ivylawoffice.com, go under the kids protection plan page to start the process of naming guardians for your children.
Excellent. And what about powers of attorney? I know that I think it's a couple of different kinds of powers of attorney. Can you tell us about those, please?
All right. A power of attorney is a legal document, and basically you are nominating someone to be your agent in case you are unavailable or incapacitated, and the person is going to represent you to do different things. We have limited powers of attorneys. We have the durable powers of attorneys. The limited powers of attorneys could be limited financial powers of attorneys. For example, those are required by the banks. Then there's some limited powers of attorneys for doing, let's say, real estate transactions or settlement transactions. And the durable power of attorney has a broad range of powers where you can nominate someone to be your agent to act on your behalf on various things. It could go on from litigation to real estate to finance to settlement to health to trust. And this person will manage the different parts of your life for you in the event of incapacity or you're unavailable. This is very important for everybody because emergencies happen, life happens, and if you don't have someone nominated to act on your behalf, it could be a very rigorous hassle for people to help you out when you cannot help yourself. And if you don't have a power of attorney, we found situations where you have to end up in the guardianship court for a guardian to be nominated on your behalf to be a guardian over your person and a guardian over your property. And the unfortunate thing is that there could be conflict, and also the person that the judge will nominate as your guardian may not necessarily be the one you choose. So it's better for you to have a power of attorney while you have sound mind, while you have life, so that the judge will not be choosing one for you.
All right. So that's important. If you want to dictate your own affairs when an emergency occurs, you want to get a power of attorney done. And you have to make sure it's done the right way, okay? So
Exactly.
using forms may not be the best for your situation. So you want to talk to an attorney about that. Jumoke, what about advanced medical directives and living wills? What do those entail?
Okay. The advanced medical directive is a form or let's say a legal document, I will not call it a form, that you prepare ahead of time, choosing an healthcare agent for yourself, and also making advanced medical decisions ahead of time for yourself, so that in the event of a situation where you're not able to make healthcare decisions by yourself, someone who you've nominated is able to make healthcare decisions for you. They're very, very important decisions that are made in a healthcare directive that you don't want to put on someone else's shoulder. And some healthcare directives have the portion of the living will, which deals with situations about life support, organ donation, transplant, and some burial decisions, whether you want to be buried, whether you want to be cremated. You want to have a detailed healthcare directive. The one that the government provides may or may not be sufficient for you. So you want to speak with an attorney to make sure you have a healthcare directive that suits your need, so that someone, there won't be confusion when there's a need to make use of that legal document. So for example, if you choose who your healthcare agent is, your siblings or your family members, your children will not have to be in conflict about who is making the healthcare decisions. if you don't, then two or more people may be interested in making the decisions, and then there's conflict on a loved one. So you want to avoid conflicts by making decisions ahead of time regarding your health care.
Right. Excellent, excellent, excellent. You don't want to wait till it's too late. Okay, and another topic of interest to, I'm sure, quite a few people.
I'm sure. Give me one second. The leave-in will, I want to make it clear. A lot of people know leave-in will, they know the term leave-in will, but a lot of people confuse it with the last will and testament. A last will and testament, generally known as will, is not the same as a leave-in will. So I just wanted to be clear on that.
Good point. Thank you for clarifying that. And next, we were going to get to domestic partners planning. What is that about? I don't think many people are familiar with that. That's such a thing, and how do you go about getting that done?
All right. So we know that there is so much development and changes in our world today. And we've found situation of common law marriages happening. We have a lot of situations of domestic partners in our world now. People are not necessarily legally married, but they live together as domestic partners. They build a life together in a lot of situations, but because they're not married, the law as it is in a lot of states may not necessarily recognize domestic partners. So when it comes to domestic partner planning, you're speaking with an attorney who knows about how to handle situations peculiar to domestic partners when it comes to estate planning. We also have, so that's important to note. Speak with an estate planning attorney if you need to have, if you have a domestic partner and you have joint assets in a lot of situations, so that they will do a specific planning for you when it comes to estate planning.
Excellent, thank you. Well, we're touching up on quite a few topics today. Let's briefly tell us about planning for physicians, dentists, and pharmacists. I had no idea that was such a thing. Tell us about that.
All right. So one of my niche clientele that I love planning for the physicians and dentists and pharmacists, and I think I have a lot of them. I know a lot of them, and I really wanted to serve the particular pharmacists. That's a good niche for me. So these are business owners. They're professional and they're business owners, and most of them are professional corporations. They have their life and they have their business. Most of them are solos and some of them are partnered businesses. So we take special consideration of our professionals when it comes to estate planning. We plan not just for their personal needs. They have a lot of business assets as well. We take those into consideration and plan for their business. And for example, putting their businesses in the trust and making sure that plans are such that they're well covered, both business-wise and family-wise. On mute.
All right. Yeah, I got you. Thank you. Yeah, this mute thing. Don't forget it. All right. So that's good. Thank you for that information. Also, next topic we want you to talk about briefly is special needs planning trust. Special needs planning / trust.
All right.
Well, how does that go?
Okay. We have a lot of population with children that have special needs. And some of those children need special attention, and some of them also are on government benefits or government assistance, particularly when it comes to medical assistance. The way the law is set up, when you have assets, when you have money, then you cannot qualify for something like Medicaid, because they look at how much do you have, how much are you earning, how much assets do you have before they can qualify you. And we know that medical needs, special needs can be exorbitant. So there is special needs planning or special needs trust that should be created in such a way that whatever assets that you're passing on to your special needs child is kept in a trust. It's not going to be in their personal name. So when they're seeking government benefits or medical benefit, that does not affect their chances. So you want to look at, and there's legal language in such a way that they can use assets from this trust to take care of some need of their needs without it affecting their chances of being taken care of by the government in the way they should. So if you have a child with a special needs, you want to look at having a special needs trust or having one incorporated into your revocable living trust. We can help you handle that in our office. So you please speak with us.
Excellent. Thank you. Next, there's also a pet trust. Pet trust. Very unique. A little bit more about that, please, Jumoke.
All right. For pet trust in the United States, I was reading that probably about 70% of more of the population have pets. And United States is a pet-friendly country. So when you have a pet, you want to take care of them. When you're gone, what's their fate going to be? You want, if you have assets, to be able to take care of your pet after you're gone. You want to leave it in a trust, and you want to be able to name guardians or trustees for those assets so that they can use it to be able to take care of your pets over their lifetime. So that's the essence of creating a pet trust. So if you have a pet, you want to include them when you're creating your trust, so that when you're gone, they still have some hope and they won't end up in shelters. That's good. And you can give them some gifts too in the trust.
There you go. That shows some love to their pets.
Show love to
they're part of your family, so you know. Okay. Next, let's touch on irrevocable life insurance. How does that figure into the whole estate planning factors?
So the irrevocable life insurance trust, some people call it ILIT. This is a special trust planning, and it's one that you're able to plan for the future of your family. You can be putting money in life insurance trust over a period of time, but it's irrevocable in that it's not yours. It's for your loved ones after you're gone, but it's in a trust form. And one feature of life insurance, for example, is it's payable to beneficiary, like outrightly, after you're gone. But if that is in ILIT, they're not getting it outrightly, it's in a trust. You have control over how they get it. You can manage it ahead of time for them with a creation of a trust. So irrevocable life insurance trust is something that you want to look into as the vehicle of wealth creation and wealth preservation for your loved ones.
Excellent, thank you. Also, next, let's talk briefly about asset protection planning. Asset protection.
Okay. For people that have substantial amount of assets and have businesses, and they are thinking so much about how do we protect these assets from creditors, from lawsuits? A good way to do so is through asset protection planning. And there are a lot of vehicles to get that done, where you're creating some irrevocable trust or investing in trust in some other states or some foreign countries in such a way that your assets technically will not be yours, and they're protected from creditors and they're protected from lawsuits. So these are advanced estate planning vehicles that you want to look into if you have substantial assets. Unmute, please.
Okay, here we go. Now you can hear me. Sorry about that. Next, let's touch up on prenuptial agreements. And everybody keep in mind, all this is in reference to Maryland. So the law firm in estate planning represent Maryland clients, just so you know that. All right, so prenuptial agreements, Jumoke.
So prenuptial agreement, I'll say it's a piece that comes from those who are doing family law, but I've been a family law attorney before, and I know that this is also an important part of estate planning. We have situations of blended families, marriages, second marriages, remarriages, and there's sometimes our clients want some form of pre-marriage agreements in such a way that your non-marital assets are not commingled during marriage, except the things, so you want to make that clear before you get married, that any non-marital assets, anything I bring into this relationship before marriage is mine, is not ours. So you want to set up such an agreement. It's usually done through the prenuptial agreement, and it gives people the confidence of going into marriage, not knowing that this is not a gold digging situation. And it helps preserve relationships and gives confidence that even if a divorce happens thereafter, their assets and their premarital assets or non-marital assets is not going to be taken by their spouse that is leaving them. So this is an important thing you want also to look into if you want to put an estate plan in place, and you think about prenuptial agreements. We can help you.
Great, thank you for that. Next, briefly, let's touch on, and I'm sure a lot of entrepreneurs may be listening to this if they do come in, business succession planning. What is that about, and how does that, help somebody if they need it?
All right. So if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur, one important thing is not just about how you started, how long, but you need to plan as well for what will happen at the wrap up or the end of my business. Life is transient. So if you, for example, the CEO, and you pass away unexpectedly, what's going to happen to your business? A lot of business end up winding down because the chief visionary is no longer there. When you have business succession planning, you're thinking beyond you. You are not just you are not the business, so you are making the plan in such a way that who will succeed me? What will happen to my family? Who are the officials or officers that will continue my business when I'm not there? We need to look at, if you're an entrepreneur, you need to do business succession planning so that your business, particularly if it's thriving, will not just end with you. So look, that's something very important to think about if you have a business, and put legal documents in place to make that happen.
All right. That's a good one. Those of you entrepreneurs, you put your life, your dream, your vision, everything together on this. You don't want to just go because, something happened to you. So I think this is a perfect one for you entrepreneurs to make sure you get taken care of before something happens. Not even just death, incapacity too, right? Jumoke?
Yes.
Yep. Incapacity will also impact your business. So you want to take care of that as well.
Exactly.
All right. And finally, let's talk to us a little bit about something that I don't know about. High net worth estate planning. Not everybody knows about having to deal with high net worth estates, but there's a thing for people like that, right?
Oh, sure. So the I-Network estate planning it's going to be an advanced estate planning, which will incorporate a lot of things. It's going to incorporate the basic, which is taking care of your family needs. It's going to incorporate your business. It's going to incorporate asset protection and a whole lot of other things. There's some individuals who have business high net worth assets, and that's looking into millions, like tens of millions of dollars or hundreds of millions of dollars. If you don't make a proper plan, the state has a plan for you. In Maryland, estate taxes for Maryland, if you have anything above $5 million, you will be taxed, but the estate tax. And you also have the federal tax applicable if you have over $11 million as an individual. So you want to look into all that if you're a person of high net worth. The federal estate tax, for example, could be up to 40%. There are ways to be able to preserve your wealth by proper estate planning. And if you are an individual that you have the possibility or chance of having more than $5 million in net worth, you need to speak with an attorney in such so that they can make proper planning for you, that you will not end up losing like almost half of your asset to the government in form of taxes.
Thank you for that. Thank you very much. So that does it for our little time on estate planning for today. But again, this was just brief topics. And if you need assistance, Jumoke will tell you how to get in touch with her if you are in Maryland for estate planning purposes. So the ball's in your court. Jumoke, how do people find you to help them out?
All right, we are here. We are close by. So we want you to reach out to us. Our phone number, that's the easiest people do, is 301-276-0887. Please pick up your phone and give us a call today. We will help. We are willing to help, and we'll give you excellent client service. Also, you can reach us through our website, www.ivylawoffice.com. And there's a contact page there where you can reach out to us. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram, Ivy Law Office, Ivy Law Office. And before we go, we are going to be offering an opportunity for you to learn a lot about estate planning. So reach out to us and join our in-person seminar coming up in the month of July. So we have Wills, Trust, and Appetizers coming up on July 28th at 6 p.m. It's a live seminar, and it's going to be at the Capitol Office Park Conference Center, 6404 Ivy Lane. It starts at 6 p.m. We want you to register. There'll be information on our website. Come one, come all, invite someone. We want to see that place packed full. If you want to learn a lot about how all this we're talking about estate planning, wills, trust affects you, please come and we'll be glad to assist you that day. All righty. Thank you so much for listening to us today. And we look forward to giving you quality legal representation, as that's our call.
All right. Thank you very much, Jumoke. And please do your best to try to come to that estate planning seminar. It's live. It's going to be nice. You get to talk to Jumoke personally and meet other people as well. And so we look forward to seeing you. That's right. We look forward to seeing y'all.